the FBI appears to be hiding the identity of the January 6th Capitol bomber.
Mr. Reagan.
Now, do you guys remember a long time ago, there was this thing called the January 6th protest? It was a pretty big deal. Democrats kind of lost their minds, right? They hunted down and imprisoned countless patriotic Americans that peacefully went to the Capitol to protest an election that they believed was unfair, to say the least. They had reason to believe that maybe not everything was perfect in that election, and they wanted to voice that concern. And the FBI decided, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hunt down these people and put them in prison. This is political persecution, is what we call this, right? So it was bizarre, to say the least, that the FBI refused to arrest, detain, go after in any way whatsoever Ray Epps, who was going around telling everybody to go into the Capitol. He was, one might say, inciting that particular movement from protesting outside the Capitol to actually going inside the Capitol. So why wasn't he targeted by the FBI? Strange thing. But what's even more strange, I suppose, is that there was a story of a bomber, somebody who had placed bombs, and they caught him on surveillance video. And it seems weird that they never really pursued this bomber with any kind of intensity, aggression. There was no sense of urgency in that investigation. But now I've just been told that it looks like the FBI knows who it was. They have a path, at least, to investigate and discover who this fellow was. But they don't seem to be following any clues. They don't seem to be investigating this. They're just like letting it go. For an organization that seems hell-bent on arresting every single person that was in Washington, D.C. that day, who had an R next to their name in terms of their voting record, or was in any way interested in protesting that 2020 election, it seems strange that they wouldn't go after somebody who planted bombs around Washington, D.C. So there's an article in the Federalist I'd like to read about this. And apparently the FBI has footage of the car that the suspect got into and drove away in. And they even have the license plate. So why can't they get this guy? They don't even seem to be interested in finding out who this person is. They're just like, whatever. Yeah, we've got his license plate. Yeah, maybe we'll look into it one day. Who knows? I don't know. It's weird. They're taking an oddly cavalier position on this one. So anyway, this is an article in the Federalist. It's entitled, "The FBI Knows What Car Was Used in the January 6th DNC Pipe Bomb, but Refuses to Identify the Prime Suspect." I'm going to read this article in one moment. First, of course, I have to tell you something. Every day, it seems like we're inching ever closer to the apocalypse. Considering the disastrous policies of the current administration, it's terrifying to think what might happen if we get another 4 years. It's possible that the entire food supply chain could break down. So it's my personal view that we all need at least 3 months worth of food stocked up. Now, if you don't have that, you can go to preparewithmrreagan.com and get a 3-month emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. And right now, they're offering this at $200 off. So it is a very good time to buy. This kit gives you breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks. Enough food for one person for 3 months. It provides over 2,000 calories a day for optimum strength and energy. And with this $200 off deal and free shipping, this might be a good time to stock up. And make sure you get one kit per person in your household so you don't run out. I was actually at one of these big box stores the other day and I spotted their emergency rations kit, and My Patriot Supply is a way better deal, so I feel very confident selling this product. With the world on the brink, give yourself that sense of security. Go to preparewithmrreagan.com right now and keep your family safe. That's preparewithmrreagan.com. All right, so the FBI knows what car was used in the January 6th DNC pipe bomb, but refused to identify the prime suspect. This is an article written by Tristan Justice at the Federalist. And he's written, the FBI is continuing to stonewall congressional oversight. Oh, so that's it. So it's not that they're not releasing the name to the press. They're not releasing the name even to Congress, because Congress is looking into this and trying to figure out what the heck happened on January 6th. Was the FBI involved in any way, right? Of course, I think we all know what the answer to that question is, but they're trying to get FBI cooperation, which is really flippin' hard. The FBI is continuing to stonewall congressional oversight of the agency's investigation into a pair of pipe bombs found at the Democrat National Committee and Republican National Committee headquarters on January 6th, 2021. Okay, so it was also at the RNC headquarters. I forgot. It's been so long since I've covered this pipe bomb thing. Anyway, on Wednesday, House Republicans on the Judiciary Committee re-upped demands for a comprehensive briefing on the 2-year-old case over which the FBI has refused transparency. Your failure to comply with our request is particularly concerning given recent media reports regarding the pipe bomb investigation, lawmakers wrote. Earlier this month, an FBI whistleblower told the Washington Times that the FBI had identified the vehicle the suspect entered into shortly after planting the bombs, but has not pursued the individual, which is completely crazy. And this is a quote from the Washington Times. The FBI had surveillance video that showed the person entering a car with a visible license plate after exiting a metro stop in Northern Virginia, the Times reported. Kyle Seraphin, a former FBI agent who worked on the case, told the paper that the agency, quote, tied whoever the person was that dropped the bombs with surveillance cameras all the way to the train and getting into a car with that license plate. Seraphin also told the Washington Times that the 2 bombs were inoperable, though they were duds, I guess. This next quote is from the Judiciary Republicans. They've said, one former FBI assistant director observed, it just doesn't add up. There's just too much to work with to not know who this guy is. Again, that was from the Judiciary Republicans. Now, lawmakers are seeking answers over the status of the investigation. Julie Kelly, a senior writer at American Greatness, wrote in February last year that the pipe bomb incident possessed the markings of, quote, another FBI hoax. As the FBI successfully rounded up hundreds of Capitol trespassers using sophisticated tools such as go-fence warrants, the trail of the pipe bomber went cold, Keller reported, despite federal law enforcement having posted a $50,000 reward, which they later increased to $500,000. We really want to get this guy. We got his license plate. Yeah, maybe we'll look into it. Given what we know about the FBI's politically motivated malfeasance during the Trump era, the likelihood that the pipe bomb story was another FBI hoax instead of a legitimate threat becomes more conceivable each day. A cascade of FBI scandals in just the 15 months since Kelly's reporting reveals a breathtaking degree of political bias within the top law enforcement agency. From the unprecedented raid of former President Donald Trump's home to investigations of traditional Catholics to numerous whistleblower reports detailing double standards of justice, the FBI's reputation has only continued to deteriorate. The slow progression of the FBI's investigation into the January 6th pipe bomb raises significant concerns about the FBI's prioritization of that case in relation to other January 6th investigations, the House Republicans wrote. Lawmakers gave the FBI until June 7th to offer a briefing, and the FBI does not seem to care about anything that Congress says to them or demands of them. They just seem to ignore everything that Republicans ask for, that Congress asks for. Again, this is by Tristan Justice. Thank you, Tristan Justice, for this awesome article at The Federalist. I highly recommend reading The Federalist, a fantastic publication. Always have great news. But anyway, I thought that this was a kind of a story that kind of went under the radar. Not a lot of people seem to be reporting this or talking about it. I think it's a huge deal, right? This appears to be, I mean, call it what you will. You can make your own decision. Was the pipe bomb thing a legitimate threat? Was it somebody with sinister intent, or was this something else? I'll leave you to your own conclusions. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Anyway, subscribe to my Alpha Critic channel, and remember, it's not that the liberal friends are ignorant, it's just they know so much that is not so. Good night.
History will record with the greatest astonishment that those who had the most to lose did the least to prevent its happening.